fighter, very experienced fighter, and he's won some medals as well. An Asian Games bronze in 2023 being the standout achievement. Boxed in the last World Championships and was at the World Boxing World Championships as well in September. Got to the last 16. Wins against Albert Bakiri, Muslim Maghsoudi.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent coming into the blue corner, representing Russia, Sergei Koldenkov.
Koldenkov, another good young Russian fighter, 21 years old, got past Yashpal of India, who pulled out with an injury. Then a unanimous decision against Jan Ubanes, and then boxed really well yesterday against Thiago Buxanga, a Mozambique, a Paris Olympian. Completely outboxed him and then dropped him right at the very end with a lovely time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your judges for this contest come from Kazakhstan, Serbia, Egypt, Palestine and Latvia.
So that's Koldenkov. He was terrific yesterday. And you want your form to really blossom as you go through the rounds. That's how you win these things. You need to get better and better and better and better. NURMUHAMMEDOV in the red. Southpaw fighter. Works those hands, throws plenty of punches. There's not bundles of juice on a lot of them, but he finds angles. So NURMUHAMMEDOV in red for Turkmenistan, Koldenkov in blue for Russia. Just looking to try and find the jab there, Koldenkov. He does have the height. NURMUHAMMEDOV is one of these guys who just dips over a bit, looks to kind of swagger his way in, keep those shoulders, that head on the move. You just see him there. He knows that he cannot just walk in straight lines. Someone like Koldenkov with a nice jab, 1-2, will just catch him too easily if he does that. Left hand to the body from Koldenkov. And there's that 1-2. It was caught on the gloves. And again there. But what he did yesterday that worked particularly well was just use that combination. Buxanga didn't really use his own jab. Was waiting for an opportunity just to get off with a big punch, and he never let him do it, Koldenkov. He just wouldn't give him that chance. And there's that 1-2 again, the left hand lands. NURMUHAMMEDOV just crowding himself a bit as he came forward, but he does bring good front foot pressure. Good use of the lead hand again there from Koldenkov, and again as he just comes out of the corner, chopping down with the left hand that time. NURMUHAMMEDOV trying to let those hands go on the inside. Scores with the right hand there, NURMUHAMMEDOV. And maybe just getting a little bit closer the last few seconds, but that's good work from Koldenkov. Just rolled off to his right-hand side, got decent purchase on that 1-2, chopping down with the left hand. And that time the combination off the back foot. He's going to have to stay very busy here, though, Koldenkov, because NURMUHAMMEDOV will not leave you alone. But at the moment, he's getting caught on the way in. Just driven back to the corner there, Koldenkov, but comes out of the corner and walks his man across the ring. They've got a lot of maturity, these young Russian fighters. I say young, 21 is still pretty young. You've been a senior for a good 2 or 3 seasons, but this is the highest level, and he chops down with that right hand again, and they just look so comfortable in there, the ones that we've seen this week. Left hand to the body. Bell goes at the end of the first.
I thought that was a beautiful round of boxing from Koldenkov. So composed, so relaxed. He's got this marauding man in front of him. NURMUHAMMEDOV trying to rumble and roll his way on the inside, but no change in the expression of Koldenkov, composed under fire, variety on his lead right hand. There was a right hand with inside the 10-second clapper, a jab, which he snaked upwards. I mean, that's precisely a passage of what I'm talking about. Making his man miss, making him pay, reversed it, scored, and then evaded without reply. And I think that's a well-deserved clean sweep for the cards. A very cool round of boxing in the face of a man who was looking to bring front foot pressure, but it was neutralized not just by use of the feet, but by accurate punch picking as well. Wonderful variety in his work offensively, and that final whiplash of a right jab upwards jolted Nurmuhamedov's head back.
So as Ron says, a clean sweep there with the judges, and the Serbian judge gave it 10-8, and I can see that because you can interpret that as a clear, comfortable round win. Nurmuhamedov has come out a bit quicker at the start of the second round. He's realises he's got to change the play here. Another round like that and he's done. He's got to try and make Koldenkov rush a bit here. He's got to try and get on top of him and make things more uncomfortable for him. He's got to move that head on the way in and try and create some angles. Comes in with the left hand there, Nurmuhamedov. Maybe got slightly too close. And there's the jab, left hand to the body there from Koldenkov. A decent combination again from him. Nurmuhamedov on the inside there again, just trying to rattle off the punches. A right hand got through. And he's just making Koldenkov just rush a little bit more maybe than he did in the first round. But as I say that, he gets tagged with a lovely left hand there, Nurmuhamedov, and he's taken a backward step there, and I wonder whether he's just felt that slightly, because he stepped off the first time in the fight there really, and at the minute he's not quite so keen to come forward, which is a little bit of a shift, and maybe we can see Koldenkov now take the centre of the ring and really drive him back, because that would be quite something if he could do that. Big overhand left there from Koldenkov, and Nurmuhamedov is feeling these. I think he's a little bit hurt or buzzed, because all of a sudden he's not rolling in anymore, not quite as, well, not nearly as, not with as much commitment, should I say, as he was before. The jab to the body there from Koldenkov into the final minute, and the young Russian again is just handing it to his man here really. Left hand into the body, and there's that jab, lovely up jab. Jab comes back from Nurmuhamedov. And just throwing that right hand off the back foot. Some olays really from the Russian supporters. It's been that kind of a performance. Looking for a big right uppercut kind of screw shot right at the end of the round, and there goes the bell, and wow, he's just completely dominating.
I think that was absolutely sublime from Koldenkov, because in many respects, if we consider an IBA contest a series of three-minute bouts, this second round was perhaps the ultimate victory, because as you pointed out, around the mid-stage, he made a come-forward boxer go backwards. And even though there was one specific incident which brought it around, howitzers of hooks such as that, he was touching him up repeatedly, and you could see him having to step back off the range, regather, bit of discouragement, but then seeing that Koldenkov started to sit down on his shots, put more pop on them. Clean sweep of the card for the second consecutive round, and I think Koldenkov, to his credit, Nurmuhamedov was trying to rumble his way forwards again at the end of the round, but from the midpoint to around 15 seconds to go, the man was on the perimeter of ring center. Big gap between them. Sensational round of boxing from Koldenkov.
Absolutely, and he's got that healthy lead going into the third and final round. And what will be interesting to see here is how much does NURMUHAMMEDOV fancy this now? Is he just going to try and get through here, or is he really going to try and attack because he felt something in that second round? And there's a lovely jab there from KOLDENKOV. And just looking up into that ring, I wonder if there's a bit of puffiness around that left eye of NURMUHAMMEDOV. I can't quite get a good enough look at it, but something happened in the middle of that round. I don't think it was an accumulation. I think there was a single punch in there that did him some damage, and he's still trying to swagger in here, NURMUHAMMEDOV, but it's not really with that much conviction. And KOLDENKOV has just got him on the end of that jab, on the end of that 1-2, and then when he wants to just throw in a hook, he throws in a hook. Long left hand again there. And this has been clinical, very precise stuff. He's sliced him and diced him so far, you would have to say. And as I said, he's been in my ring pretty much all week, and he's got better and better. And that's what you want. He's taken to the stage, and NURMUHAMMEDOV has impressed me from what I've seen of him as well. He does bring that front foot pressure. He is difficult to handle. But he's got sharp hands, KOLDENKOV. And because he's got that nice economy of technique and style, he doesn't ever look like he's loading up. But maybe these land with a bit more snap than possibly they look like they do. Past the halfway stage of the round, and there's no need for him to go out there and blow a gasket and try and get a stoppage and overly impress anybody, but he's just obviously not going to do that. You mentioned it earlier on, the composure and the kind of maturity of the performance and some of the other performances we've seen from young fighters today, and it's impressive because they don't seem to be really affected by the adrenaline. They'll have nervous energy, and you need to be able to harness that. Being nervous is good, as long as it's not debilitating, but in the heat of battle, it's easy to get kind of overwhelmed by the sense of the occasion and go out to really try and impress everybody. Well, he's certainly impressing everybody, but he's not looking for the big finish, and NURMUHAMMEDOV is having to dig in here a bit, you get the feeling, don't you? Because he's marked up. He is marked up, and that's due to the accuracy of the punching. And the second half of this fight has been hard for him. It's been tough. He's had to bite down in a way that he probably didn't imagine he would have to. Well, 10 seconds remaining. And this has probably been the most one-sided fight we've seen, and the referee is going to tell the doctor to have a quick look.
He's gestured that it's a punch which has caused this injury. So KOLDENKOV just checking his eyes. I can tell you that there was a piece of K-tape flapping around the injury which had just been inspected, so maybe it was an old one, Andy.
Well, that would make some sense. That would make some sense. The bell goes, and a touch of gloves between the two, and NURMUHAMMEDOV congratulating KOLDENKOV there, and fellow pro to fellow pro, you can see that he meant it. He appreciated what was a very good performance there, and that's the nature of the beast when you compete at this kind of level. Some days it goes your way, some days it doesn't go your way, and when it doesn't, and somebody's turned in a performance like that, well, it makes it maybe just a little bit easier to take, because there's no sense of what might have been there necessarily. It didn't go his way right from the very first second. It was a very, very dominant performance, that. And it'll be a clean set of cards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest by unanimous decision, and heading into our finals, in the blue corner, representing Russia, Sergei KOLDENKOV. And congratulations to our bronze medalist from Turkmenistan, Bayramdurdy NURMUHAMMEDOV.
Commiserations there for NURMUHAMMEDOV. And the Russian fighter in blue wasting no time in getting out of the ring, because he has got a final to get ready for in a couple of days' time. But that was a red-hot performance. Or rather, it was kind of an ice-cold performance, wasn't it? And that's what was so impressive about it.
Very professional in his approach. No change in expression, no change in the manner in which he was putting his punches together. There's no discernible backlift, no winding up on the shots, but they were landing, as you pointed out, Andy, with an increasingly resounding thud. And perhaps an old injury just coming back to impair the ability of NURMUHAMMEDOV to compete. But nice to see that respect between the two. Contrasting styles making for a terrific contest, but in the end, turned out to be something of a showcase performance for